camo overload.
Exactly. Neuralisk is taking some gas just now as well. So that could be for some early aggression, or it could be just so he can get his tech going a wee bit faster than the Big Robo, because the Big Robo has opted to have no gas just now. So he's going to be relying on a primarily Queen defense, I would imagine, for the first short while until he takes his gas.
Yeah, indeed. I wouldn't mind seeing a kind of an attempt at a quick third or something a little cheekier here. It looks like he's actually going to put a spine down at his natural is TheBigRobo to try and be safe that way. But
that's an interesting choice. Had he, yeah, so he spotted the gas in the pool.
Yeah.
So maybe he's figured with the timing of it that it's some kind of
something
aggression?
aggressive. Yeah. And the positioning of that is such that he'll be able to use a queen to block off that whole side to prevent an actual run by. And it also covers most of his mineral line at least. But I don't really think we're going to get anything super aggressive out of Neuralisk, even though he is getting the speed. He's getting 8 lings out.
Yeah, and the double gas actually going down for the Big Robo, but at the natural, which means, well, Neuralisk saw 1 gas, so he might think that the Big Robo has 2 gas in his main already.
Right.
Or does he have an overlord about there to know that? No, I can't see one.
Yeah,
but
I don't
he
think
might
there is
think
one
that's the
nearby.
3rd gas.
Yeah, I mean that's why players do this too, is to kind of camouflage what they're doing, and you throw down the 2 at the natural, and nobody can really tell what you have. Here come 4 lings on in. It's before speed is done, and they're actually just going to die completely. Really, not much information there other than, hey, there's a spine that killed me, but there are 3 queens down on the low ground too. So that kind of tells you where a lot of the investment has gone.
And actually a cancel on the lair there for the Big Robo. He was building it at his natural. He has changed that to be into his main. I'd imagine that's because he's realising that speed is now done for Neuralisk, so if he wants to try and avoid that getting scouted, have it as far away as possible from the speedlings. But Neuralisk, he already has his lair nearly halfway done.
Yeah, he's not only got a lair, but he's 3rd. Yeah, exactly. I think when he came in, the big information he picked up there was a spine crawler and 3 queens, and just kind of decided to expand right after that. Like, that sort of thing is just outright telling you nothing aggressive is coming.
Yeah,
so,
I mean,
yeah, you don't get a spine
itself.
3. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you just don't get it.
So defensive. But now the Big Robo has his upgrades going. He has 1-1. And it's going to be missile attacks, so he is opting to go into roaches, and Neuralisk, his roach warrant isn't actually just done yet, but he has also started the 1-1 upgrades for roaches. So it looks like the saying for ZVZ is true, and it is the most roaches win.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, you have Hydralisks and your name is Africanus.
Exactly. It's there's that little vulnerable period where you have to switch from. Well, it's not really a switch because you continue making both, but where you have to invest in that Hydra tech. So you got to go Hydrogen, you got to get the upgrades for it and everything. And for that period of time, even on equal economies, you'll end up having less roaches, and that's your vulnerability. But once that's all done, then the person with the Hydras is going to be better off.
Yep, for sure.
But here the big difference is more going to be that Big Robo doesn't have a 3rd underway. He'll move these roaches out and clear out these couple of lanes, and probably move down to take it. Yeah, the drone is there.
Yep, the drone is there, so he is going to be securing his 3rd just now, and he also has his roach speed and 1-1 finishing up right now. So I wonder, I mean, he's not making any moves to head across the map, so I don't imagine it's going to be a timing attack just yet. Because obviously he has just taken his 3rd. It would be nice to see some kind of pressure just to try and keep Neuralisk away from it just now. Perhaps get some damage done, because Neuralisk's now been mining off his, well, he's had his 3rd up for quite a while.
Yeah, it's not very saturated. There's only 2 drones, but But yeah, that's been extra larva he's had at least throughout.
There's 3 drones in Neuralisk base to the left-hand gas that just are like having a little circle group.
Oh yeah,
It's circle time. They're discussing all
nice.
the problems they have with banelings and Neuralisks and Widow Mines.
That is a weird little formation. I wonder how that came to be.
Kind of looks
But,
like you try to put them in gas, but best. But
Yeah,
we
they
do
just
actually
fuck
have
around.
the big robo moving over just now, and Neuralisk is way out of position if he tries to go into the natural here. And it's entirely likely that the big robo could just get in behind the evolution chambers, and he would be using Neuralisk SimCity against him. But no, it looks like there's just going to be enough roaches to delay here until the rest of the roaches come up, and this attack will get
I
pushed
think
back.
he's got to back out. Yeah, he's in such a concave there by the time that came. But he picked off a few, and he didn't really lose much,
Didn't
if
lose
anything.
all that much.
Yeah, he ended up. I mean, that's just a skirmish more than an engagement, but just picking off a few roaches is always good to do.
Yeah, especially when your 2-2 upgrades are a full minute and a half
Yeah,
faster than your opponents. This is going to give the big robot a huge timing window very soon, where he should just be able to get in and punish this third base for Neuralisk, and possibly even end the game if he gets a good concave, but we will have to wait and see, because the big robo is opting to go into... I mean, he's got an infestation pit going down, so that could be for Hive, or it could be for infestors. I don't know which one is preferable for the player at the moment. He has not started pathogen glands, so I don't imagine it will be infestors. We actually have burrow movement and burrow coming in for both players now,
yeah.
so that's going to be interesting.
That is pretty interesting. The overseer for Neuralisk was able to fly over the third for Big Robo and see that at the time, at least, there were literally no drones there. Usually indicates that you're gearing up for a big attack, but despite that, behind this, he's actually droning it up and getting an infestation pit. So may send the wrong signal there for
Yep.
what's actually going on. Hydra Den coming down for Neuralisk.
Yep, so it looks like it's a very kind of late switch into Hydras. I think. I'm not too sure about ZVZ timings, but I imagine that you want the Hydra Den down a bit earlier than this so that you can start the upgrades.
Yeah, usually you wouldn't, but where he's invested so much in the burrow speed, he's even getting pathogen glands, and now he's investing into the Hydra Den. This is a lot of money that has not gone into aggression. They're going to burrow by each other, but Big Robo's the one with the overseer there. I don't think they see each other though.
Well, that was incredibly strange.
Yeah, that is very, very strange. But that's what happened. So they're both kind of going to shark by each other here. But it's the Big Robo that's being a little hesitant. And Neuralisk is just going to shark directly in and take out the Rich one. Oh, and Neuralisk, or the Big Robo is coming back.
Okay, that's a mistake.
Yeah,
But-
well, that's it. Yeah.
okay, that's a bigger mistake to go back.
To go back and then go back again. Realizes that it's a complete base trade. The Big Robo does have the much bigger army here, but yeah, we'll see how this does pay off. But he was a bit indecisive about everything there. The main base and the natural are gone completely.
Now, I like how the Big Robo started another Roach Warren in his main.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly where you want the Roach Warren, where all the roaches are going.
Yeah.
But looks like we're
But
going to have
they
to
left. They're going to come back now. I'm surprised that he didn't just go take out the third.
the Hydra then getting sniped, Roach Warren getting sniped,
One goes down.
and he can just camp the main because
Well, that's it. There's no way you're coming up the ramp here.
not with the
He-
superior
he's
Roach
gonna-
numbers.
Yeah. So this is still, I mean, yeah, the Big Robo, despite that little misstep of going back, he had such a larger army
Yep.
that it'll come down to whether or not he can defend this third, but I just don't think he can. And this isn't even the whole army here. This nice little burrow to get right on top of everything, and he's just cleaning it up. He's now doubled the army supply of his opponent, even though the third base has now been cleaned up.
There's
he
plenty in the back.
actually had rebuilt 2 roach barns just so that he would make sure that he had one. This is all going to get cleaned up here now. Yeah. Neither of them has a base, but it's going to be the big robo that can end up rebuild. Well, both of them kind of can rebuild one, but Neuralisk only has 2 drones, whereas the big robo has 1 drone now. Yeah, but there's 41 drones.
Where's the last drone? Is it in the main? Ah, no, there it is. It's sneaking past the roaches.
Oh, it's that's in range of the watchtower. Why would you put it there? But either way, that's where it is. But he's got the other one down on the other base. Big Robo is doing the same thing. He put his directly under an overlord. But
takes some skill to do that. But
it's too bad there's not 1 or 2 Hydralisks, because it would become a game of who could snipe an overseer down and then just stay burrowed.
Well, it looks like Neuralisk lost the vast majority of his roaches there.
Yeah, I don't think Neuralisk realizes exactly how far behind he is, and he's going to lead these to the hatchery.
Which is always helpful.
Yeah. So I just don't think he knows, but obviously the big robo is winning. It's hard to see any possibility in which there's a comeback at this point.
Yep.
And it's just having this many drones up is kind of huge. He's trying to get the roaches in, but there's literally so many drones that I think they could attack the roaches.
Oh, the burrow.
Yeah, the burrow. Does he have detection with him? He didn't bring detection.
No. Where's his? Does he even have an overseer anymore?
You know what? He doesn't.
Wait.
He does not.
Oh.
Anymore.
Okay. Well, that's got interesting.
This got really interesting. Now, this is true. I got mining. What about you? And that's a good point. He does have mining.
Yeah, but with 2 drones.
With 2 drones. He does have mining, though. And he doesn't have much money to, like, re-drone. Why would he not immediately start a lair? The big robo should start a lair. Like, all you need is detection.
Yeah, like
just end this, right? Also, you don't need the entire... You don't need 70 roaches, which is what this is, sitting here. There's 75 roaches. You can leave 40 and then go around. I got 76. He's exaggerating my 1. What a loser. Yeah, he's maxed. Like, the big robo is maxed. And basically, like, for all intents and purposes,
And
yeah,
so
ASL Season 2, Semifinals, Round of 4.
I think Big Robo. It's a minute. Yeah. All right. So it looks like the big robo is trying to curse Neuralisk and make him join Triple T.
Yeah,
but he's not doing it.
Neuralisk's a winner, which means he won't want to join. That's not saying anything bad about Triple T. I've joined Triple T.
I know.
But they have a history in ASL of not getting through.
No, but this season they're doing very well. So
yeah, they definitely are.
That's been broken.
So I guess we should probably introduce these players. So the first player in the top left-hand side of the map in the orange, currently up 1 game. We have from Team Triple T. His name is
The Big Robo.
So worth. And down here on the bottom right-hand side of the map, we have from Team Bunnies. It is the green Zerg player.
Neuralisk.
Okay, so both of these players are opening fairly identically this time. We were taking gas for both players, and it was hatch first for each player as well, in case anyone was wondering. So it looks like both players will be going for that early speed, just in order to gain some map control and perhaps even put some pressure on their opponent. They are probably going to know exactly what we were talking about in the game lobby, that obviously there is no ramp leading into the natural, so it is quite easy to get some lings through, because it's also is not that small an area.
Yeah.
It's, by not small I mean it's a large area, of course. I should probably not use double negatives, but
Well, that's fine.
but yeah,
it just sounds small.
it's a large opening to the natural, so small units, small fast units like speedlings, we're getting in absolutely no problem. Now, interestingly, oh no, there we go. I was about to say the Big Robo has not started his speed. It might be for layer, but he started it just slightly later than I
think that too, because he eventually pulled drones off. So the Big Robo has pulled drones off of his gas after mining a little bit extra, but Neuralisk is actually keeping the 3 on, so he is potentially looking to add quicker tech, and he is indeed. He's getting the banding nest here.
Oh.
The 2 lings are sneaking up into the into the main base actually of Big Robo.
And
They're
is he
gonna
going to
get-
lose a drone?
No,
No, he doesn't lose a drone.
It's not 2 hit points left on that.
Oh my god.
He didn't get to see, I don't think, the full creep area, but obviously didn't see anything coming down in the area you saw.
Yep. It's really going to be up to the Big Robo now. Like, that baneling nest is going to be the main point of this game for perhaps the next 2 to 3 minutes, depending on when Neuralisk decides to get aggressive, which really should... Oh, he's
morphing in
his
home.
base.
Yeah, that is
Defensive.
particularly on this map is very defensive. Now he sees a big force coming from Big Robo. Both of them had gone up right to 24 lings, but the banelings, of course, will make a huge difference. In this first group, Big Robo did not take a good initial engagement there.
Yep, and he didn't even see the banelings, I don't think.
No.
So he has started his own baneling nest, but I'm imagining that's going to be as a defensive option rather than aggressive, because he has seen how many lings Neuralisk has.
Okay, so now, now Neuralisk is actually morphing in on the forefront.
Yep, he still has those 4 banelings at home for
back at
defense.
home. He's also got this tiny group of lings up in the corner for defense as well. Banelings are now spotted, and there's so many extra.
Oh, okay,
there was a little opportunity there. I think to pick off. Once again, there was an opportunity to get big numbers, but he wants these drones.
oh wow, that's huge.
Okay, that was pretty. Yeah, that was a big number. Plus, the lings, of course, are just taking out this natural base here. He will get cleaned up before anything further does go down.
But all in all, 10 workers
10
killed.
workers. 10 workers for that. Yeah, we're down to only 11 by Neuralisk. These 4 banelings do exist at home to try and stave off the counterattack. I don't think he should be really moving out like this, though.
He does have the banelings, so he might be able to. But he needs to have
I would
those
just
lings
let
with
him come into you, because the problem is this: you bring them out, they're off creep, and they can get picked off for relatively small numbers. And now we're going to have banelings being brought in by Big Robo, and he has to make a big counter swing here if he wants to get back into this.
Now, sniping the queen is a good start. Oh, please tell me he's going to get the queen.
No,
He didn't get the
did
queen.
not get the queen.
These banelings are going to finish.
Yeah,
I think-
so now it's going to come down to the control here. That wasn't the control he was looking for.
No.
I'm gonna say, but this may not be either.
Okay.
That wasn't too well. I've got to say, even though that wasn't in Neuralisk's favor, it is in Neuralisk's favor. It does get the queen, but given that he's got the massive drone lead still,
Yep.
this ends up working out for him.
He should be able to survive just with the next
Yeah.
wave of reinforcements.
Oh, it saves the queen too.
Saves
So
the queen,
crucial.
which is so important. But
So
these
crucial.
2 lings might get it.
Yeah, he will go
Hero
down now.
lings.
Yeah, we'll go down now. And yeah, GG. That's
GG's.
yeah. He had to just outright win with that attack, and
ASL Season 2, Semifinals, Round of 4.
Probably. Yeah.
Okay, so we are all loaded up, guys, on Overgrowth. Our first player spawning to the top right hand side of the map, taking that last game. We have our Orange Zerg from Clan Triple T. He is
TheBigRobo.
and down on the bottom left-hand side of the map, we have in the green a other Zerg player from Team Bunnies. And Bunnies are great. It is
Neuralisk.
and both of them are going for the hatch first yet again.
Yep.
Haven't had anything obviously super cheesy yet, like early 6 pools or anything like that. And we did see one in the second game last night. But both these players opting not to do that.
Yep, I think they're just trying to keep it as safe as possible. I think both of these players probably know how to defend a 6 pool fairly solidly anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't foresee us seeing one, but you never know. We could be surprised.
Yeah, I think if you're gonna, it would be a map like this. Small map, 2-player map, something like that. But it gets harder on, Ultrazim or something to 6 pool. You can on Habitation or something like that.
Yep. Now, interestingly, neither player has taken gas yet on this map. So, it doesn't look like we're going to be seeing any incredibly early speed or baneling plays. But there definitely is the possibility of seeing roaches from either player. I think taking no gas at the start is kind of one of the tip-offs for roaches, I think.
Yeah, that's usually the case. The roaches are so gas cheap that you don't really need to start mining the gas until after you're building the robo. Basically, the gas is more for your initial upgrades than they are even the roaches themselves. So a few exploratory lings are going to come across the map for both players here, but obviously just slow lings at this point.
Yep. Now again, the big robot he's done this every game. From what I can remember, the spine at the natural fairly quickly.
Yeah.
So
that's why you do it. He will let one in.
He's
He
too
was
busy
too busy typing it to actually deny it. But then this ling is just sitting there. It's not doing a lap.
Well, it's scouting.
Not doing a lap. Yeah, I guess he's scouting, but he can only see the one gas, I think, and to see that that's not taken. Usually, you want to obviously run that around, see what the gas timing is and stuff. But
Yep. However, the gas has gone down for both players to eat the naturals. So both players actually, I don't think, are aware of each other's gas timings. This Overlord for the big robo that's just hovering outside the natural, that wasn't in range to see the gas, and I'm just going to double check. But in fact, no, the big robo does know that Neuralisk has double gas at the natural.
Okay.
So that does give him a slight edge in scouting information. And
he's going to 4 gas and lair immediately. There's no Roach Warren is just now coming down after the 4th gas. So and both players are doing this.
Yep. Both players are doing fairly identical builds yet again.
And they're both fairly identically greedy to be doing this. But,
yeah.
They like it.
Luckily for both of them, it is going to end up paying off. But Neuralisk does have quite a large drone advantage at the moment. There is a 6 drone difference, which is not a huge number, but in ZVZ, with Larva being your main thing, with Neuralisk already having them, and still having his injects going, it does give him a slight edge when it comes to units. eventually when they start building them.
Yeah, yeah. When that time comes around, all three of the are 3 upgrades for each player. The speed and +1/+1. Neuralisk is going to put down his 3rd quicker.
Yep, very similar to the first game on Frost. Both these builds, again, Neuralisk with that quicker 3rd and the big Robo opting not to go for that but going for a higher queen count.
Get this in time. The Overseer, does die before he gets scouting off. Neuralisk does have an Overlord strategically positioned at the 3rd base to see what the timing that will be, and but we've got Big Robo basically playing blind. There's not a single Overlord past the halfway mark, or even past the quarter mark, into enemy territory here because of these queens taking them out. And this aggressive creep spread that you don't always see in the ZVZ, but it does give you that vision and early warning and everything.
Yep, it's quite far out really, the creep spread now. He does have it joined with his 3rd base, so that's going to help for reinforcing over there. And I suppose this does give him some early warning for any attacks coming in through that direction.
It's funny because it gives you early warning, but it also speeds up the attack.
Yeah.
So there's a pro and con to it. I remember Zerg's often debating that, but then I think it's better to have it. They've ultimately decided. This Roach sniping now on the 3rd base may just be able to cancel this, and they will. Gets the drone even before backing off. So that's a really crucial snipe. Very crucial snipe, and that is essentially courtesy of having killed the Overlords. And them not being spread out for Big Robo. It looks like he's going to attempt a bit of a counterattack, but of course that will be seen.
Yep.
But this is a bigger Roach force, at least, that's out on the map.
Yeah,
Double the size, to be honest. With the queens there, he's going to try and drop him back. Nice transfuse on the low one. And now they're exactly even in Roach count. So there was potential there. There's a small window where he could overwhelmed, but good idea to back up that ramp and take the high ground.
Yep. Now it's just kind of a case of Neuralisk pulling further and further ahead. He does have a fair number of drones at his 3rd, whereas the Big Robo has only just restarted his 3rd base. The only thing that the Big Robo currently does have going for him is his Roach count. And he is going to be falling behind in that very shortly, just with
really soon.
The economic advantage.
That's exactly the case, and we've entered that window that we talked about in the first game again, which is Hydra Den just went down, Infestation Pit just went down. That's going to leave Neuralisk behind a little bit for a little while, which is 11 Roaches right now. If the 2 armies were to crash into each other right now, it would favor Big Robo. About a minute from now, Neuralisk is going to have the tech, the numbers, the economy, the everything will be in his favor. But there's this weak point before that occurs, and that window has virtually now closed.
Yeah, the army supplies are evening out now, and it probably won't be too long until these Hydras pop.
Yeah.
I'm actually just noticing them in the production tab just now. So we've got our first 3 Hydras coming out for Neuralisk, and I would imagine that we will see a lot more after that.
I think you might be pushing it here a little with the Spire. This, again, you're investing in 3-4 different tech paths at the same time. I'm not sure that the Spire is needed, but he is getting that anyway.
Yep, I mean, he does have virtually no gas, and the gas that he will gain will be going into Roach production and will be going into Hydralisk production.
Exactly, or even Infestor too. Like he obviously wants them. He's getting the pathogen glands. So yeah, I don't know what he's going to do with the Spire at this point, but he is getting a 4th base. Like he's still just so dominantly ahead. I think it's fine, but it is a bit of an overtech on that in that sense.
Yep, definitely. And it's kind of at the point now where Neuralisk can do what he wants. Like, even with the tech, even with it not being the best choice, his I mean, he's maxed. He has 10 more drones than his opponent, and his army is an awful lot bigger.
Yeah, he is maxed. Now, what Robo's doing, which I like, which is almost the polar opposite, is he's incredibly streamlined in what he's doing. He got an infestation pit, but the infestation pit was only to get a hive, and the hive is only to get 3/3. So he wants the upgrade advantage, and hopes that just by sticking on pure roach and having an upgrade advantage will work out for him. But here comes the attack with hydras involved.
Yep, but
Yeah,
quite a lot of the hydras are not yet with this army.
that's true,
But
but
it looks like it doesn't
there is
matter.
just a lot more army in general here. And with any hydras, he's just going to take down the third here immediately. He's
And
trying to get an angle.
Nice concave here for the big Robo.
Yeah.
So he
Yeah,
will take this fight,
it's
it
a
looks
good
like.
position, but yeah, I don't know. There's
No,
just still
he's
too
not
many
taking
hydras.
this fight.
No, there's too many hydra. He's trying to get through the roaches to get on top of the hydras, and as they do evaporate, he'll be able to chase them down because they're not as fast off creep.
Yep.
But
But
he's lost a
Neuralisk-
huge amount of economy to do that.
Yeah, that third base has really put him on a clock for how long he has to still be alive in this game.
Yeah, and the clock right now is essentially you've got 110 seconds until 3/3 is done. The decisive attack basically has to occur at that moment, and if it doesn't, then that's that. He's not going to claw his way back economically at this point.
No, definitely not. And the army advantage is currently in Robo's favour,
Yeah.
but the composition is definitely in Neuralisk's favour.
Yes.
So it's... Oh, that was interesting. I think Neuralisk just sniped one of his own units.
Yeah. I was going to say there's no overload over there. Okay.
Okay, so the 3/3 is very, very close to being done now.
Yeah, and I think the attack. Unfortunately, he's posturing defensively. I think he's planning for an attack, but if he waits too long, so he's going to have his 3/3, but then +3 attack is going to come underway, and that spire that I said, what are you using that for later? It's becoming a greater spire. Here comes the attempted attack here. Gets a few roaches for free. Just 2 that he kind of picked up.
Yeah, just going to
But I
drop back
kind of
now.
think this is really this is the window, and the window's closing on him.
Yeah, as soon as the Broodlords are out, there is
Yeah, 7
no
corruptors
anti-air.
coming. Yeah, there's nothing that shoots up. Yeah, he has to go now.
And it looks like he is.
Yep.
So here we go. It looks like this is going to be the decisive engagement of this game.
Yeah, and he catches. Oh, no, he's going to back up again, and this is, he's got to take this fight now.
That's just buying time for these.
12 more roaches are coming out.
roaches.
That's going to close the gap on this number advantage. Attacking it now. The Broodlords being morphed in right over top, but they're going to take a while to come out.
Yeah, and
These roaches could do a ton of damage before they actually... And then you can just run around. He is absolutely storming through everything. Takes out the... it looks like he's going to take out the roach line. There it goes.
there it goes.
He could cancel the +3 attack. Not
Yet.
although that hardly is the thing that matters at the moment. The Broodlords are out. Could just snipe down. I would want to snipe down that hatchery, but he's going to run into the main here. Go after the Greater Spire.
Yep. So
And he's getting his own spire, which I really like. Now that the spire is gone, nothing was left in the air. There's no corruptors. They're all Broodlords. If he gets 3 mutas or 3 corruptors, he'll take it.
yep.
Cleaning
But
everything
unfortunately,
up here.
like these Broodlords are just so slow that these speed roaches are just going to be able to dance about,
Yeah.
snipe down most of the buildings.
Yeah, he's kind of funneling through the Broodlords, which are almost physically trapping everything, but he'll snipe down the natural here, and then try and run into, hopefully, the third base.
No, it looks like he's just going to run home with those roaches.
He could run around.
17 corruptors on the way.
He could run around. instead. No, yeah, this is what he doesn't want to do with the roaches, but it's fine still. It's still gonna be all right
Yeah,
because all the tech is gone. All the tech is gone for Neuralisk. He's trying to reconstruct a layer over in the bottom right-hand corner. Neuralisk trying to launch his own counterattack here.
but the corruptors have all just popped, and
Yeah, and there's nothing to defend these broodlings. They're just gonna die.
yeah, like this has gone from being Neuralisk's game to being Robo's game. Just these changes in army composition, the time that it takes for that to happen.
Yeah.
The big Robo seems to
He's
just
gonna
be
try and
the
snipe
hit.
down the third here again. He will get it. Oh no, he's pulling off of it. He's not attacking it anymore.
The corruptor's not attacking Broodlords,
Okay, now they are. He will finish off the third base.
but will they be able to clean up the roaches now? There are lots of
very
reinforcement
strange.
roaches coming in.
Yeah, I think he
And he should be able
overbuilt
to hold it
corruptors.
Just a little bit.
He'll be all right. He'll hold, but
He
he'll
definitely
hold. But
has
now
enough
he's only on the
roaches
one mining base. His opponent's on one mining base. Oh, the burrow coming out. Is there
That's
detection
good.
nearby?
He can morph an overseer,
Yeah.
and he's got one coming over.
Where is he? There he is. But now he's losing. Now he's kind of losing the fight. Plus
Yep.
3 attack did finish, by the way. He could have stopped it, but of course he didn't know. But he could have cancelled it.
Yep, and +3 armor now going to finish as well for Neuralisk. So this is going to come down to the wire now. But
Yeah, it's
these
a really
corruptors-
scrappy fight. The Big Robo's army supply is deceptively large because, of course, he does win there. It was once again that same thing, the exact same thing that we had said before, that he overtaxed into too many things and then lost the actual army advantage.
ASL Season 2, Semifinals, Round of 4.
Oh my god.
Alrighty, so here we are on Habitation Station, and already some deviation. We've got a pool already down for this player on the top left-hand side of the map. It is from Team Bunnies.
Neuralisk.
And his opponent, who's going to be looking to defend this 6 pool as best as he can, it is from Team Triple T.
The Big Robo.
Right, and yeah, we don't have a drone scout or anything out of Robo here. So the lings are coming, the drones are coming. He's not going to see that until right now, and unfortunately, he's already put a hatch down.
Yep. But does
And
he
he
react?
has not insta-canceled it.
And he's not
He
put down a
hasn't
pool?
canceled it at all. He's putting a pool down just kind of by normal timing.
Yeah. Like,
And
he's
yeah.
obviously just not seen this.
Yeah, it's as if he didn't notice that it was here.
And
Yep,
now
Ling's
the
gonna
big
come
robo's
up.
going to be going, uh-oh. Here we go.
Are we going to get a spine deployed? No, he doesn't have the money for it. He could, try and get in position to attack the pool itself. It will
Try and
pick
get-
off a couple of
Getting
drones.
a couple of free workers.
Yeah.
That was a good position there for Neuralisk to take the fight, but unfortunately he didn't take it.
Yeah. I like this, just pulling off the one to keep attacking that. These links are
with
going to get
loses to the
surrounded for free.
links.
Yeah.
But the big robo can't actually afford any links.
Yeah, he's 5 minerals short. These guys have minerals. I think someone's going to try and run them in to start a ling, but he's lost way too many at this point. Now they're both down to 6 drones, and there's still lings that exist.
Yep,
GG.
and there's the GG, so a very fast game there. Alright, Right, so we are now live, guys, and we've got it. We've got the cross positions on Waystation, the furthest possible distance you can get on this map.
Yeah.
And the player who is spawning down to the bottom right-hand side, taking that last game with a well-executed cheese, taking the series to 2-2. We have our Green Zerg from Team Bunnies. He is...
Neuralisk.
And we have up in the top left-hand corner, calling his opponent a cheesy bastard, and yet he's the one that's orange. It is going to be from Triple T.
TheBigRobo.
Yeah, we are not seeing any cheese this game, thankfully. They're going to be playing at macro, they're going to be playing for the late game, they're going to be playing for Swarm Host, Broodlord and Fester. Which is the ultimate composition really for Zerg. You just can't get any more free units than that.
No, I want to see Ultra Drops. That's what I want to see tonight, but I don't think that's a thing, unfortunately.
Now, I've always wondered, are Ultra Drops the same as loading a Thor into a Medivac? Like, can you see its legs poking out the bottom of the Overlord?
There were I remember somebody photoshopped something like a long time ago and pretended that you could actually tell whether it was an Ultralisk in there, and people believed him for a while. Like, it was on Reddit and it was upvoted. Like, they just seamlessly put it into one of those things like visual cues in the game, and one of them was like this fake. You could see the Ultralisk. I forget how they did it, like the leg thing. It was something stupid, but they just made it up. But apparently, I don't think you can actually tell what's in there. It's not like the Thors. I know it should be. Everything should be like that. Like the other one is Colossus and a Warp Prism. You should be able to see something. It's the biggest friggin' unit in the game.
Well, I think,
even though it's not supposed to be.
Yeah, I mean, the Colossus really should be standing on top of the Warp Prism and should surf it into bases.
That would
And be able to shoot while it's standing on the Warp Prism and fly about.
Yeah.
That would be kind of awesome.
Or when you try and load it, the Warp Prism should just crash into its head. Just be like, well, what are you doing? Yeah.
Okay, so game-wise, not a lot interesting has happened yet. An Overlord's being poked by a Queen, some Lings are moving across the map to scout, and BigRobo is building his customary Spinecrawler at the natural.
Yeah.
Both players... sorry, I'm going to go enter.
No, I was just going to say that Baneling Nest is the only real deviation at this point.
Yep. Which is an interesting choice on quite a long map.
Something this long, yeah.
So I would imagine he's going to be aggressive with it. I don't see it being defensive, but with the positioning of his Lings, it could be defensive, or it could just be he's trying to hide his Lings from any scouting, so that BigRobo doesn't see that he's actually massing some Lings for a push. But
yeah, he's kind of aware of where the Overlords sit at the moment, and he could try and sneak them by kind of without getting seen. But yeah, he's just kind of keeping them, like you said, up in his main and a little bit hidden. He's morphing at home. So
they're on...
Can you even Evo wall? Sure, why not?
Yeah, but like 3 Evos.
It would take more, but yeah, you can.
3 Evos and a Spinecrawler would wall that off, I think.
Yeah.
Well, there's the BigRobo asking the real questions that everybody wants answers to.
That's it. It's always good to get coaching from your opponent in the game. Like
it's not a tactic I've ever used.
No.
I'll need to try at some point.
I kind of like the basic idea of what Neuralisk does here. What is he's, although I think he's kind of got that F2 key syndrome. Yeah, I think the idea was to make a couple banelings and leave them at home, so when you go attack, if you get counterattacked, etc. But yeah.
Oh, he's coming in.
He gets around on the queens here. Nice transfuses, keeping them alive, but they will eventually fall. He likes pulling off the queens just before he kills them. And Neuralisk, nice split here into the main as well. And I don't know that he's going to be stopped.
No, I think
just don't think he will.
Too much damage.
He could stall enough for this. No, he's going to make the right call and bring everything up.
Far too many banelings, I think.
Yeah, that's too many. Yeah, the idea is to take these spine crawlers down.
And that should be all she wrote for this game.
Yeah, that should be it. He's going to clump the ball up, and then the Banelings from behind.
Oh, this is
Look
going to be
out.
awesome.
Look out,
This is going to
Banelings.
be awesome.
Oh my god.
No.
Yeah. Okay, well, it doesn't matter now. They're all dead.
ASL Season 2, Semifinals, Round of 4.
Okay, so we are here, guys. It's on merry-go-round. Something that we have to talk about already is this early pull from the TheBigRobo, but we will get to that in just a second. The BM from Neuralisk Israel. But our player down to the bottom left, in the glorious orange, who is 6 pulling, it is from Team Triple T.
Like what Ryan's going through right now?
And
Big
here
Robo.
on the top right-hand side, the man who is being distracted by chat, it's going for a hatch first. It is
Neuralisk.
and I think we're going to have the... Well, he doesn't have enough minerals for it. I was going to say, what's he doing? He's sending some of the drones back.
Does he not send them all back?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Is he going for the 100 for the... No, okay. No, he fucked up.
Yeah, that's
He really fucked up. Yeah, the idea was to put the spine here. I don't think... Once you screwed that up, though, I don't think it's worth going back for.
I see Ryan leave.
It's
Yeah.
not that good.
Now that Neuralisk sees this and there's no drones to buffer for the lings,
Yeah.
I
Oh,
don't know,
he's-
man. I don't know.
No, he just screwed up really bad.
So many lings have already gone down.
No, you
There
gotta
are a
come
few
in.
weak drones, but the pool's just about to finish.
That will complete. There, he cancels it, but yeah, there's only 3 lings left. No, he
Why
just...
are you telling Linky?
no, that's a shame because he just threw that away. So, so at the risk of pretending the game is over, the TheBigRobo will have a chance to cheer for Neuralisk in the finals next week, or
Yeah,
just whenever.
Oh,
He's trying to do his best here, but now lings are out. He's got to be kicking himself for doing that. No, it's not why did you 6 pool? The 6 pool was fine.
It's just the execution of
it
it.
was why the hell did you go? Why did you go home to get 25 extra minerals? So they are having their final little chat here, but congratulations to Neuralisk. I don't think TheBigRobo's come back from 0 supply.
And
Yeah.
Saber has lost 60 caster dollars.
He did.
So everyone, just take this moment in your hearts to just feel for Saber for losing 60 caster dollars.
Indeed. So this may have been a somewhat anticlimactic finish to everything, but indeed, both of these players, if they get through, will have to play in Premier next season. But Neuralisk is not done yet. Neuralisk still gets to go on to the finals against Joker.